The visual I want to paint, this morning, before we get into scripture, is going back and considering, like, tug of war, right? Because we've all been to summer camp, and we've all in one shape or form. And then Britt, let me get that verse from 5 to 8. But we've all been to summer camp, and we've all seen, like, tug of war, right? We've all seen where you got two sides. There's a rope, and then there's something separating in between, right? Maybe it's like red, blue, whatever. But just think of the two sides pulling with each other. Two sides pulling, two sides pulling, two sides pulling. And I'm gonna go back to that reference in just a second, but I just wanted to give you that visual to kick it off. But in James 1, verses 5 through 8, the text reads, "But if any one of you lacks wisdom, let him ask God, who gives to all generously and without reproach, and it will be given to him. But he must ask in faith without doubting. For the one who doubts is like the surf of the sea, driven and tossed by the wind. For that person ought not to expect that he will receive anything from the Lord. Being a double minded man is unstable in all his ways." So the book of James is really phenomenal, just in terms of giving us, like, tactical, applicable lessons that we can read, we can hear, and it's really going to challenge us as individuals. And the part that I want to really break down is that last verse where it says, "For that person ought to not expect that he will receive anything from the Lord, being double minded." Being double minded is unstable in all his ways. And I want you just to think for a second, going back to that tug of war analogy, think on one side, that's like fear, just tugging, right? This might be you getting ready to, make a different move in your business, or this might be you getting ready to make a different move, going to a different job or something like that. So that's fear pulling on one side, pulling on one side, pulling. But then on the other side, you got faith, and faith is pulling, it's tugging back, it's tugging back. Because at the end of the day, y'all, fear and faith can't coexist with one another. One is going to beat out the other. And the more that we allow ourselves to lean into that fear, then we're going to shortchange ourselves for the life and the fruit that God has for us. But then when we lean into faith, this is the part. This is the part. When we lean into faith, we're now releasing control. And we're now allowing God to really take over and really be in the captain's seat. Because so often when we're fearful of things, we're saying, I can't do that. I don't know about that. I'm scared of this. I'm scared of that. But then when we talk about faith, I'm giving this to God. I'm releasing this out of my control. I'm going to let him be God. And y'all, the reason why we don't want to ever be double-minded is because double-mindedness, one, is going to split the energy that we have between two sides or between multiple places, versus being of one mind, right? Of a sound mind, saying, I'm going to pour all my energy to this side. I'm going to pour all my energy into being faithful to God and letting God just be faithful to do what he said he will do and what he has done. Because the thing that I've learned about being double-minded is that when I hoop, right, back in college, and I would be trying to lock in and focus on just doing my assignment, right? On hooping, doing my assignment, getting my assignment done. But then in the back of my mind, I would think, oh, if I don't do this, then coach is gonna take me out. If I don't do what I need to do, then I'm gonna fall, and I'm gonna fall, and I'm gonna come up short. But the fact of the matter is this, right? The fact of the matter is this. Now is the time. Well, when we become double-minded, it doesn't just affect one area of our life. It begins to do, like what they say with cancer, it metastasizes, and it will grow, not just for your business, not just for your relationships, but then it's going to start to boil over and pour over into other people and other places. So family, we don't want to be double-minded, because that's going to make us unstable in everything, in our finances, in our life, in the way that we're living, the way that we operate, the way that we give. So family, today, be encouraged, right? Don't be double-minded. Be of one mind, right? Because you want to tap into that faith, and you want to go all in on the faith. and you want to start to remove that fear and just give it to God. Let him be God. Let him do his thing, and let that fear die off on the side. Family, that has been straight from the source. I hope that encouraged you today, because when I read it, I was like, man, this is good. Like, the book of James is cold, because the book of James will have you reflecting in yourself, or reflecting and assessing yourself like you're looking in a mirror, and it will read you really well. So be encouraged, y'all. And if you're enjoying this content, make sure that you hit that thumbs up button, and also make sure you subscribe so you don't miss an episode here on Speak Your Success in the Morning. But I take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back after this.